Well, again, I mean, first I got to tip my hat to Doc and his crew and the great fans here in Boston because that 10-minute mark, boy, they made a hell of a run. But again, I tip my hat to my guys in that locker room because they stood up and they made big plays that they needed to make to secure the win. I think Iman Steele and Melo's three at the end were two of the biggest plays coming down the home stretch. So total team effort, though, on our part.
Mike, obviously none of you guys are responsible for 13 years of a drought. Do you have a sense of what it means to finally end this thing to advance around?
Well, it's just another step. I mean, it's a major step for this organization, for our fans in New York who's been with us for many, many years. The players that put in all the time this summer to get to this point, my coaching staff. I mean, it's been a total team effort, but it's just one step, man. I mean, I'm looking at the big picture, and I'm only in this thing for one thing, and that's to try to win an NBA title. And we made a major step today, but we got a long way to go.
Mike, the defense got you guys up to that 26-point lead initially. How effective were you guys in knocking balls away, particularly Iman Shumpert and all that? It seemed like he had actual chance.
I thought, you know, we set the tone defensively from the very start. I mean, we seem to do everything right from a defensive standpoint. Our switching, you know, when we had the double, our rotations were right on the money. I mean, everything just kind of fell into place, and I just think we got a little comfortable, you know, with that big lead, and then they made the run, and it was a hell of a run. Seemed like nothing go right for us for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then we finally, you know, gathered ourselves, got our composure, and was able to get it done.
Yeah, Mike, what about the quick turnaround now and your thoughts on facing the Pacers?
Well, I don't know what I hear. I'm hearing the game is going to be Sunday, so we'll go back and break down the Pacers tonight and have a game plan ready in place when the players come in tomorrow for practice. And then we'll be off and running on Sunday to start the second round. Well, again, I mean, you know, we split with them during the regular season. You know, they're a well-coached team, very, very talented team. But again, you know, we worked our butts off this year to host the first 2 rounds on our court in front of our wonderful fans. So, you know, I'm just going to take it one game at a time and tell our guys we got to take it one game at a time and see what happens.
Before tonight, we were talking about offensive adjustments. You had 5 guys at double figures. Was that the adjustments that you wanted to see as far as the offensive balance and the flow?
I mean, it was nice. We did have a nice balance offensively, and you know, I made some changes this morning in shoot around based on some of the offensive things that we ran. But again, it was. You know, Boston made it tough. I mean, they're a good defensive team. I mean, that's how they won their title some years ago. And it was, you know, it was an ugly series, if you want to call it that, because neither team could really score and break loose. And but we did what we had to do to get out of this round. And, you know, again, I'm proud of the New York Knicks players and what they've done today.
Mike, what do you think you learned about your team over the last week and a half from going up 3-0 to, you know, dropping a couple to having to, you know, hold out that last charge tonight? Is there, you come out away feeling like there's all that much more ready to take?
Well, again, you know, playoff basketball, anything can happen. I mean, I've learned that over the years that I've been coaching. And, you know, you got to take what you can get. Yeah, we were up 3-0. I don't think we relaxed. It's just that Boston weren't going to quit. And, you know, you got to give them credit. Doc just pushed them to the max. And we were grinding, too, to try to get the closeout game, which is one of the hardest games to get in playoff basketball. But we were able to step up and get it done. So, hey, I couldn't be more proud of a group of guys. But, again, that's just one step. We on to the next step.
I guess how banged up is Melo? And I think he had missed 19 three-pointers in a row in the series. And what does it mean to see him score those 7 points down the stretch after struggling?
Well, again, you know, Melo has really shot the 3 ball well this year, and for him to, you know, miss all the threes that he missed. He hit the biggest one in the series, and that's what counts. That's what I look at. When they're close games, I like to see who's going to step up and make plays. And he made the biggest three of the night after going 0 for, 17 or so. So, I mean, I'm not concerned about that because I know Melo is capable of putting a string of threes together when he's sitting out there open. So he'll go back to the gym and get some shooting in tomorrow, and he'll get ready for Sunday. His shoulder's fine. He'll be okay.